And now a Collect All Monsters special presentation. What's up, everybody? What's up, my friends on the other
Hi
side of the
guys.
world?
Hi boys.
Ohio
Hello.
gozaimasu.
How y'all doing?
Doing good. Just gotta get the cat out of the bag. I've got a chest infection, so the only reason that I'm doing this is because I really wanted to hang out with my pals today. And you may see me muting myself in case if I go into a coughing fit. So anyway, I'm stoked to be here, regardless of how I feel. You know what? The show must go on, right, gentlemen? It's got to
That's
go
right.
on. You got to do what you got to do. So
Absolutely.
that's I'm happy to be here with you both.
Yeah. So I'll just intro what we're doing here, and then Leslie can kick it off, kind of how we normally do things. What we wanted to do is like one last stream of the year for Collect All Monsters, and Leslie had some box days, and um, Godzilla knows that I have had to reduce the amount of things I show off on the last few episodes. So I've definitely got some stuff to share that I can share for a box day kind of situation, or a show and tell, as it were. So this is going to be sort of like the final box day, final show and tell of the year. David's got some cool stuff to share as well. We're going to talk a little bit. We're going to have a wistful conversation and keep it lighthearted. Um, it's gonna be fun. We're also going to promote our both our survey for viewer survey stuff. If you're not a
Yes,
member of the
yes.
Collect All Monster Collectors, and Helmy, just keep your pants on, man. We're gonna get to it soon, and then also not just the survey, but our next episode, official episode for the I was gonna say for the Kaiju Cast for Collect All Monsters, is gonna be a Q&A where you guys ask us questions, and I have the form ready to go on that. So we've got a QR code for each of them that you can just, you know, later on or during the stream, hold your phone up and get the QR code for the links for those as well. And yeah, thanks for being here. We got 12 people tuning in to this, like, semi, I would say, impromptu almost stream. So way to be here. Um, should we just shout out those people now? I don't know how
Of
many people are
course.
going to join
Let's
now.
do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll just do it.
Do it,
Hello,
Terrell. Do it, Terrell.
Michael 84 Godzilla, and of course Mr. Helmy, who's saying what up, Frank, who I know is also watching.
Frank.
Uh, and then we've got Larry Latham, Scott Hall.
Hey
I
Scott.
think that's Drew Brooks.
Drew Brooks. What's up, Drew?
Who else? Yep, there's Frank right there.
hmm
And Doc Kaiju is also watching as well. Uh, greetings, dear denizens of planet Dirt. We've also got Deep Heart 94. So what's up? And yeah, there's Frank again. So you guys are awesome. 14 people now are watching. Feel free to chime in as we
Come on in. Come on in.
talk about our talk about this. Has been a hell of a year, actually, and I'm sure we're going to get into it. But I think what I'd
hmm
like to do is we're just going to sort of kick into our show and tell box day stuff. We'll just do this as we normally do on the show, and I'll turn things over to my good friend in North Carolina, Mr. Leslie P. Chambers, and show us what you got in the box, good sir.
Yeah, and you know what? That's the thing. And again, the turnout for this show was, for what I've seen, is really really great. Because again, it's kind of last minute. I'm sorry, I try to plan shows out, way all in advance. And plus I know it's the holidays. Between holidays and y'all getting ready to hopefully not catch a case tomorrow night. But I wanted to bring my friends here. 'Cause I got a couple of things over the Christmas holidays that I wanted to share. I couldn't wait till next month's episode. These things are just too awesome that I couldn't wait. So, and it's also more so of a laid back stream, talking about our favorite episodes of this year. Because, again, like Kyle said, we got a lot of stuff. But I also believe that as a group on Collect All Monsters, we produce some really high quality shows this year. So in the chat, if you can, just let us know what was your favorite episode or moment or anything that we did on the show, whether it's the main show, supplemental. Like I said, feedback is important. Um, and we strive to give you bigger and better shows moving on into the future, especially next year. Like the things we got planned for next year. Oh yeah, y'all gonna love it. But again, I got these 3 things I want to show off because I got these over the Christmas holiday. And I know this first thing I know that I'm really the only fan, at least the only member of this show that actually appreciates this era of Godzilla. And I think you know which era I'm talking about. But and you know what? These boxes, I haven't cracked them open yet. So I'm gonna post pictures on the group, plug for our group, collect all monsters, monster collectors. So I'm just gonna show you the box. First and foremost, I got myself the X Plus 25 centimeter, I believe it's a Vic exclusive of Beast Glove Kong from Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire. Again, I know the MonsterVerse is not a thing for like.
Wait, that's Thanos, isn't it?
You know what?
Wait a minute. Sorry, never mind.
You know what? At this point, Kong is really like the main star of the MonsterVerse now, and I know that a lot of people can't stand that, but y'all know me. I love Kong. I love the MonsterVerse. I didn't have Beast Glove Kong in my collection. I got the one from 2021. I got the one from Skull Island, but I did want one with the Power Glove, you know. And there were 2 that came out this year. This one and the Star Ace. And I was debating which one I wanted to get at all because I'm really trying to just get one of something because again, my space capacity, my space is at capacity right now. So I opted to get this one, even though this is a 25 centimeter Kong. He stands more so in the 30 centimeter range a little bit, whereas the Star Ace Kong that has the Beast Glove, and he's technically 30 centimeters, but his height is a little bit shorter than this one, where you would think it's like 25 centimeters. But again, I love Kong. I love the Power Glove. So I had to get it. So also thank you to X Plus North America for making that happen because they had these for sale last week. And I was debating whether I was going to get it or not, but I was like, you know what? I don't have it in my collection, and it was for a good price. So I had to get it. So that's the first thing. Beast Glove Kong from Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire. Now, this next one, I want to give a huge shout out to my beautiful wife. This was really unexpected, you know, because really we had no idea what we were going to get each other this year. After coming back from Japan, and we bought back 3 big duffel bags of crap. We really had no plans to get each other anything, but our marriage, we still end up getting something for the other anyway. I got something for her, but what she got for me, I had, you know, no idea she was going to do this. I'm gonna try and do it because the box is really big. Because again, I haven't. Hold on, let me squeeze back a little bit. Yeah, because the box is that big. But you've seen it before on the channel, but now I have my own, the Spiral Studio Legacy Series of the
nice.
84.
What a gift!
Awesome.
Yeah,
Godzilla. So. Yeah,
now we're talking.
Yeah, David. I know that you and the MonsterVerse Kong or MonsterVerse in general are not on speaking terms, but I had to get give Sandra a shout out because again, she brought it out. She was like, "Hey, Merry Christmas." I was like, "What?" Because she knows I love the '84 Godzilla. You know what I'm saying?
What
she
a
knows
gift.
I love.
What a gift.
You know, and I can't wait to crack it open, and because I've been admiring hers for the longest time. You know, she got one like maybe 2 or 3 months ago. Or several months ago, I should say. And it's in our bedroom, and like every day I'm looking at it, I'm like, I do want one. Because again, we're married, and half of hers is mine, or what all of mine is hers, and all, you know how that saying go when it comes to wives, right? But I kept on looking at it. I was like, that thing looks really good. I thought I was content with the giant resin kit that Kyle lugged around Wonderfest, and he broke his arm doing but I came this close to really biting the bullet cut. I think they're on Big Bad Toy Store right now. But come Christmas morning, she was like, "Hey,"
that's awesome,
and she hooked me up with this. So I can't wait to showcase pictures of this thing. So all that good stuff. So
it's beautiful, Leslie. I mean, you have one in your home. I saw it for the first time in LA during Monsterpalooza, and I was like, "Man, this thing they nailed it." It's like every bit as good as any X Plus release. And it's pretty perfect. Like I don't see anything wrong with it at all.
Oh no, it's great.
Nothing.
Like
the proportions are spot on. I mean, there's a movie still that I compared both of them to. It's literally identical, and it's heavy. It's heavy ass piece too.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Congratulations. You know, just in case if Sandra ever wants a second husband, I'm up for the job right here. So, she could share time in California and North Carolina. But what an amazing Christmas gift! I love that.
Yeah, I'll definitely let her know. So, but thank you, Sandra, for doing that for me, because that was unexpected, and I love it. So, but this last one, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you. He's in the chat right now. I want to give a shout out to Frank. He assisted me in getting this piece. And David, I mentioned earlier that our next show, which is going down on January 2nd, it's coming Friday, during our standard Collect All Monsters time, 6 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific time. And we're going to compare two Godzillas, right? Well, one of the Godzillas that you already saw, I bought it in Japan, the X Plus Favorite Sculptors line, Shin Godzilla, right? So thanks to Frank, I was able to get my hands on the Godzilla we're going to compare him with this coming Friday with the X Plus Godzilla Store exclusive of the -1 Godzilla. And I got the G Store exclusives.
Nice.
But we're going to compare this one, because this is part of the Favorite Sculptors line as well, as up against the Shin. They both were from the Favorite Sculptors line. Both released it late this year, and they're both from Black Dragon. So we're going to compare both of those figures to find out which one is the better one. And also, since Kyle and Frank live in Japan, I want to pick their brains about what they think about Shin Godzilla and -1, and which live action film do they think is the best representative of the Reiwa era thus far. So that should be a really interesting conversation. So please stay tuned for that. This coming Friday, January 2nd, 6 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific time. So, but that is it. That's all I want to showcase. Of course, I have questions for y'all once you get your reveals out the way, but that is it. That's how I'm going out on 2025.
Nice work. Excellent.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Thank you very much.
David, how about you, man?
Well, actually, believe it or not, I got a couple of things. And as a matter of fact, exactly. Yay. I was supposed to get something extra today, but the DHL didn't have my gate code and they couldn't get in, so that they're going to bring it tomorrow. But anyway, so yeah, I did get a couple of things. One is interesting. This is an interesting story. One of the things that I wanted and I looked for in Japan, as Leslie and Kyle and Frank know, and Helmy too, I wanted the little M1 Gizora to fit into my collection because I was missing a Gizora, and I'm trying to get at least one representation of every show kaiju in Sofubi form. So long story short, I couldn't find it in Japan. I didn't see one there. And actually, Wyatt Gordon, who's another collector, said, "Hey, this is a couple." Now we're going back like 5 months. He's like, "Hey, there's one in a comic shop in my neck of the woods. Do you want me to pick it up for you?" I said, "How much is it?" And he told me the price, and it was a little bit more than I wanted to pay. And I'm like, "Nah, I'll find one in Japan, whatever, blah, blah, blah." So I let it go. And then, I didn't find one in Japan. So I emailed him before Christmas. I'm like, "Hey, I'd like to get that for myself for Christmas. Can you pick it up for him?" He's like, "Oh, it's gone." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever. Snooze, you lose. You know how it is in this game. All you guys know." So long story short, I found this guy on eBay, and it is a little bit larger Gizora, but this is the Bullmark Repro glow-in-the-dark Gizora, which is really cool. And I picked him up. He was a little pricey, but I picked him up. And then fast forward to yesterday or the day before, Wyatt says, "Hey, man, the owner of the shop thought I wanted something else. I have it, and I bought it for you." I'm like, "Oh, wow. Okay, so now I'm going to have two Gizoras." So, Kyle, I think I have a picture of it. Wyatt actually has it in his car. It's the red Gizora. Yep. So that's the one that I actually wanted, the one I was looking for in Japan. And he's going to be heading my way. I think Wyatt shipped him out either yesterday or today, so he should be here. I'll showcase him on our next show, our next regular show. But anyway, 2 Gizoras for Uncle Dave this Christmas, and
awesome.
and I did actually watch Yog Monster from Space, or Space Amoeba, or Gizora Ganime Kameba South Sea Island Adventure, whatever the Japanese title is. And I did watch it over the holidays, and it's a super fun movie. And I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about that on a future episode. But yeah, Gizora Bullmark and Gizora M1. I finally got it. So the moral of this story is never give up. It's going to come your way eventually. So, all right. So, and my next box day is actually something from G Akamoto and the fine folks at X Plus who are doing this amazing series of styrene model kits. And it is the Wolfman.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
And the pose and the sculpt is just phenomenal. And I really, one of my resolutions, I'll tell you, early resolutions, I have to bone up on my styrene kit building skills. I haven't built one of these in a long time, and I really want to get proficient at it so I can bang out these kits and do them justice. So forgive me. Thanks so much, G, and the fine folks at X Plus. I really appreciate you, and I can't wait to build this guy up. And then finally, I got something from Creature Bazaar, and Kwong posted something in our group. He's like, "Didn't get what you wanted for Christmas? Well, we've still got some things that you may want to treat yourself." And I did just that. And I am a huge fan. I think Leslie knows this. Kyle might too. I'm a huge fan of Mechanic Kong, King Kong Escapes.
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
So
absolutely,
I got this really amazing Creature Bazaar licensed King Kong
look at that guy.
Escapes Mechanic Kong, and it's called Mechanic Kong by Rankin Bass. It's got some cool little header card art, and he's got the belt, he's got the bomb belt and everything, and it is really a well-made figure. I can't wait to release him from his plastic prison. That'll come a little bit later. But
it does look great.
Literally just came today.
I really love the red and blue one that they did.
Yes,
like,
I didn't even know that one existed.
That's actually tempted to get that one.
But if you're a fan of anything Mechanic Kong, either the red one that Kyle just mentioned or this standard one, solid, super solid figure. Thanks to those guys. And that's really all I want to show you. So, Kyle, I know you've got some stuff. I'm pretty sure you've got more than 3, but let's see what you got. I'm curious.
He's rubbing his hands.
Oh, yeah. Let me introduce you to the new John Ruffin.
Well, let me tell you, gang, I really I've had too much stuff to share with our normal 3-piece limit, and I'm not going to go crazy today, but there are some things that I would like to share, because I think the last time we did our episode, I shared a couple of weird things that weren't like necessarily like box day related, like finding the Sofubi piece out in the park with Lady Kyle and other stuff. So let's go with the actual box day I had really recently. And that is for a set of plush that came out. And you guys know how much I love Monster Zero. Check these bad boys out.
Oh,
no. Wow.
Oh, you got Rodan.
Yeah. Little sleepy Rodan. And Godzilla's asleep. And it was actually a set of 3. So I actually gave the other one to Frank the other day. We went out and had amazing tacos. Oh, bro. Dude, that place, I can't even begin to talk about it without salivating myself. So I think I will just stop there for that. But yeah, we went out and did that, went shopping, and I gave him that along with a figure that he bought, and I helped him out with. But the second item that actually I have had lots of failures trying to do this recently, so I'm already wearing it. Actually, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm wearing different glasses right now.
Oh,
these glasses are from a company called Zoff, and if I can get that to zoom in properly, wait, get my face out of there. Get my face out of there. These are Godzilla glasses.
No, really?
So they've got the Gojira on the inside of the stem here, and then at the here, let's do this.
Oh yeah.
Can you see that? What's on the other stem?
Oh, scales, right? It's got some.
Well, yeah, the scales are here, but even okay, we're gonna get closer. What's this little
Oxygen Destroyer? Is that Oxygen Destroyer?
Yes.
No.
Oh my God. Okay.
And footprints here.
Dope.
Sorry about the focusing of the camera.
Mm.
But yeah, this I actually had to. I got glasses this year. My first prescription glasses. The other ones I was reading were the other ones I was wearing were readers, and I wore them for too long. Probably damaged my eyes a little bit. So got a new prescription, got new glasses, and
Okay.
then I was kind of like at this point I was like I have this pair of glasses here that let me just say this real quickly. This pair, which I got earlier this year,
Hmm.
kind of too heavy. Like I didn't like the way they felt, and I didn't feel comfortable wearing them out and about. Like they were gonna fall off my face and crack.
Oh, okay.
That's how I feel. Like,
Never
but
good. Never a good feeling.
yeah. So they're nice, and I like the way I look at them. But I also got another pair of glasses that's specifically for working
Hmm.
here on my computer because they're designed to have this depth here perfectly in focus,
Nice.
Okay.
which is great for me having to do graphic work. But I just needed another pair that was like more lightweight and that I would feel fine like wearing out and about. And then like out of nowhere, like Godzilla heard me and was like, "All right, here comes a collaboration with a glasses company called name Zoff." And so they have this is the 54 set,
Oh, okay.
okay? And they came out with I think two other sets. I'm hoping I'm saying this correct, but there's a Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 1993,
Oh, that's
which
random. Yeah.
has like silver stems, um, and then some different colors on there, and then the other one is a Godzilla minus zero. Minus one,
Oh,
excuse me, minus zero. What am I?
wait, what?
I'm a fake fan. But
Spoiler.
yeah, Godzilla minus one, and that has like other cool aspects to it. But these were the best in my opinion. This
Hmm.
was the
That's fun.
oxygen destroyer on the side. Like I saw that and I was like, I gotta get those. So I got them, and yeah, then I had to take them to get my prescription filled for them. So I just got those like about probably 2 weeks ago,
That's
Cool.
fun.
and I love them. They're wonderful.
Congrats,
Let's see
dude.
what is the other thing I wanted to share. Oh yes, the other reason Frank and I were hanging out is because he went to a pop up, and I'm pretty on top of what's happening here in Japan, but he posted something. And I was like, Where did this come from? Where is this?" So,
Oh, I know where this is
uh,
going.
yeah, yeah, you do. I
Yeah, I
know
do.
you do. I know
Yeah, I
Helmy
do.
knows too. And so, gosh, the best thing to do would be for me to share photos from the event, but I don't have those loaded up right now. So,
I have one, I think.
apologies.
I think I've got one, but it's
Yeah, you've got one, but the basically the deal is that in Shinjuku there's a bunch of department stores, and one of them is called Tamagaya, no something. Not even gonna try, and because I'm not gonna remember the name of it because that Tamashia. See, I'm trying. I said I wouldn't do it, but I'm gonna stop because what they had was a pop up event in this department store, which was showcasing Godzilla goods mixed with traditional Japanese craft, which
Hmm.
I am,
my sweet spot.
yeah, right? Like
Yes.
me too.
Yes.
And so, okay, let's see here. What can I show off right now? Right? This, like, see the ramen sign above my door there?
Hmm.
I
Boop,
do.
boop, boop. That's called a tenagui.
Mm.
It's a uh, Takashimaya. Thank you, Helmi. That's anyway. The tenaguis; those are traditional Japanese crafts. They had a bunch of Godzilla tenagui, just like that, the horizontal way to display them. They had like King Ghidorah and Hedorah and Mothra and Godzilla. They had like the traditional Japanese aprons with Godzilla on them. They had um, some tote bags and some just a bunch of other stuff. I brought home 3 items. One of them is downstairs, so I'm not going to show that off. But basically, Japanese rice crackers shaped like Godzilla dorsal plates.
Oh.
Mm. That's
Yeah,
fun.
senbei, are what
Oh,
those are
senbei. I
called.
love senbei. Oh, yum.
And the
Delicious.
second thing I bought from this is a traditional. I should actually know more about this, but a traditional Japanese accessory or display decor called an akabeko, which is usually a red cow, and they have this bobbing head. They're
Hmm.
actually from Fukushima, but this one's got the Godzilla 70th logo on it,
Oh, okay.
and it's gray. And this is it. Yes, I bought this
Oh, that's fun.
Okay.
Godzilla Akabeko. And then last but not least, the thing that I knew I had to get as soon as I saw Frank post the image was a Kokeshi doll as
Mm.
Miss Namikawa, which
Hell
is just
yes.
absolutely wonderful, 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 whimsical, David,
Whimsical
to
as the day
steal
is
your
long,
term.
my friend.
It
Whimsical as
is
the day is
so
long.
cool. And they had two of these, not just Namikawa. They had Namikawa, two characters, and the Mothra twins as well.
Oh,
Yes,
So,
really?
they did.
oh man, honestly, this was the thing that made me go, I got to check it out. So, if you're on the Instagram and you go to my Instagram page for Kaiju Cast, I posted several photos from the actual event. So actually, let me see if I can just bring that up real quick. Because honestly, it was so
So
cool.
cool. I
It was
love that.
such an interesting little pop up. Yeah, I can do that. Hey, I can I can
Well,
make this happen.
while you're doing that, Kyle, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to our good friend Frank, who saw my post on the internet. Oh, a
That's
Daruma,
a
right?
Daruma. Yeah, so I had
Daruma.
three
Oh
different
my
sizes
gosh.
of Daruma.
Well, anyway, Frank, he saw my post, like saying I would love to get these. I had no like illusion that I'd ever get them, or delusion is what I should say. And he's like, dude, I'm going to that pop up with Kyle. Do you want me to pick them up? And I'm like, yes. So I am getting the Namikawa and also the Mothra twins for Keith. So, and this is perfect because when Helmy, Kyle, and I were in uh, by the Subaraya Museum in Fukushima, they
Sukagawa.
had a pop up, or not really a pop up, a store that had local goods, and they also had Ultraman Kokeshi, and I got a Pigmon for Keith and a Dada for myself. So now I've got a whole series of Tokusatsu Kokeshi, and I, like Kyle said, I absolutely love when Japanese arts, culture, and pop culture kind of meld together, that thin line. And it's like I'm totally gonna be proud to display those in my house. So Frank, I'm so grateful for you doing that for me. Thank you so much. You're an awesome guy, and I just can't thank you enough.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was actually it was pretty rad. Um, I gotta say, the whole pop up event was just kind of like masterfully done. I've seen these types of things happen in the past before. There's a I used to have a Godzilla Daruma figurine, and it was cute, but these like I was tempted to get.
They're great.
So I was actually messaging Lady Kyle, right? Because Lady Kyle is a great enabler for this because she loves the stuff as well. And she was like, I was like, okay, I there's too much stuff here. I need to sort of run some of this by you so I don't buy
Everything.
everything.
It's
And
hard.
because I just got in Sukagawa
Tokugawa, yes.
when we went up to Fukushima for the Tsuburaya Museum at that little the store at the train station. I bought an Ultraman apron, you know, the traditional style like indigo apron with the woven belt. And I was like, oh man, do I need another apron? I just got one. So I was like, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? And she talked me into getting one or two things. Like, you know, she basically was like, I like the Godzilla colored Akabeko instead of the red one, and I don't think we need the Daruma. She didn't like the text on it, and so I'm really happy with what I walked out of there with. It's such a cool pop up event, and what I'm hoping is that I'm hoping that they had enough A, interest, or B, leftovers that
Yes.
they
They'll
take it
show
to
up
another
somewhere else. Yeah.
store.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
They'll
because,
show up somewhere else.
this
Yeah.
really does belong in many different department stores as far as I'm concerned. So also the guy who ran it commented on my video. Now we're following each other on Instagram.
Cool.
And yeah, he I think he did a lot of the artwork for it, or at least he art directed the whole thing. So maybe I'll be able to find out and chat with him in the future. But yeah, that was cool,
Very
super
cool.
fun. I know I didn't say. I said that was what I was going to be doing. I said I was probably going to do more than 3 things, but I don't really have anything identified right now that I'm like could just be like, hey, let's do this. Actually,
Mm.
there's one thing I can show. I hope I didn't, really test this out or anything, but remember how I told you guys about the tokusatsu event I went to where it was
Oh
like the
yeah.
tokusatsu tour of
Mhm.
Sukagawa? I
Indeed.
talked about that on the show, right? Like I think I did.
You did. Yes.
So they just did. I hope this does not get taken down. But they just sent us the video um, of our actual uh, the film we shot, the short kaiju film. So I thought I'd show it off. World premiere on the Collect All Monsters. Hopefully this works out. So I'll just hit play, and it's only how long is this? What is it like? It's only a minute. So yeah, here we go.
Let's do
Okay.
it.
Enjoy. And there you go.
Wow.
Awesome.
What
It
an
was a
amazing
ton of
minute
fun.
that was. What an amazing minute. That is like one of the coolest things I've ever seen, and I'm so glad you got to do that.
I am legitimately stoked that I got to do that. I mean, it was one of those things where, um, would I do it again? Absolutely. They sent out a survey afterwards, and I was just expecting it to be like, "Did you enjoy yourself? Would you come back to do it? Would you tell people about it?" Which it did have those questions,
Yes, yes,
but
and
it
yes.
also was like, it said something along the lines of, "What else would you be interested in doing?" And it had a bunch of like check boxes, and some of it was like making the kaiju suits. Some of it was like some of the other aspects of tokusatsu, and I was like, yes, 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 all of this. I would totally come back and do this. And like I said
Mm.
before, it was less than $200 US to do the whole
Wow.
thing.
What?
Oh wow.
So yeah, super fun, super cool.
That's awesome, dude.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
I'm so incredibly stoked for you and very jealous because I would love to do that at some point.
Mhm.
It's
yeah.
full circle. It's full circle.
Helmy, Helmy, big surprise. Helmy wants to come do the next one too. Because he and I were chatting about him joining me for this, and he just comes to Japan too many times, man. It was like I just was there, and I got to
I,
save up
I mean,
because he'll be back
think about it.
next year.
Think about it, guys. Wouldn't it be cool? This is just like a perfect scenario. If we could do it just with our cast of Collect All Monsters, how cool would that be? Like just all of us just do it, just book it all up, and Helmy too, and Frank, whoever else wants to join us, just have our own little group doing that what you just did or something similar to that. That would be like
Oh yeah,
I'm putting it
Yeah.
out there in the universe because you know what? You never know.
Mm.
there were only 8 people doing it. They're like the grand total of everybody in the attendees wise was only like 8. they said they needed 10 to make it happen, but I guess they were like, yeah, we could do it. And so yeah, actually, in the future, we could definitely look into that as a possibility. That would be
That'd
kind of
be
cool if we just
that
had
would
a
be full circle. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
yeah, if we had the co-hosts there, and then also like a smattering of other collectors that we all went and did cool
Frank and
stuff with.
Helmy and
That would be
Ed and
awesome.
the
Yeah.
people who hung out with us. That would be absolutely incredibly cool. So anyway,
Absolutely. I would be the GMK Godzilla, and I know who I would love to be the GMK Baragon. You already know who that would be.
wait, isn't there a female playing inside the suit? So I think it could be a
Yes,
perfect scenario.
yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Yes.
All right,
All right.
cool beans, man.
But again,
Cool.
thank
So
you.
yeah, go ahead, Lila.
I want to say thank you again, Kyle and David, for doing this on short notice. Again, last box day of, at least our last big acquisitions of 2025, and we're going to showcase some highlights of our collection, at least highlights of stuff we got in 2025. We're going to save like what our super duper favorite figure acquisitions for the next episode, which is the Q&A episode. But we're gonna tell you some highlights because between all five of us, we did get a lot of stuff this year. But before we get into that, I do want to ask, like Kyle and Dave, and of course everybody in the chat, you're more welcome to answer the question. But what do you think are what is your favorite episode that we did this year? Whether it's main episode, supplemental. Do you have like a top 3 or 2? Kyle, you go first. So what was your favorite episodes that we did this year?
What's funny is like I really did enjoy this episode, but it's hilarious because it got taken down for copyright reasons.
Oh, I know you're talking about
the Mecha Mania episode was such a fun topic to cover, and I liked the way that we organized it. But
you picked the one that I wasn't there for. Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah,
that's a good.
And the best part about it was that David wasn't there.
Yeah, evidently. Jesus Christ. Where's the truck, Jonathan? There it goes. Okay.
Oh, Jonathan's not here today. Hang on, I can get that for you. It's right here.
I need bring me the truck because the only episode that I missed is his favorite one. Isn't that a coincidence? All right.
Yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with you not being there. It also does kind of have to do with it not being available. So it's sort of like if you didn't catch it live.
It's the lost episode.
But in addition to that, like I think one of the things that I really liked about this year is we sort of expanded our discussion topics into movies a bit more. So we talked about, like, the last one we did was Destroya. We did Invasion of Astro Monster. And like, to me, that's the kind of thing that like I really do. I think almost that those could be their own supplementals where we don't like tack on the rest of the episode stuff to it. We just like tackle just about the movie and the collectibles just for that thing, and we don't do show it and tell or the news or anything like that. And I can't wait to see what people say in our survey, which let me just bring that up real quick, because we do have a survey that's out right now, available for you to fill out. So here is it's a QR code. So if you haven't filled out the survey yet, please do. We are really interested in your feedback, because we've been doing this show and it's not in a vacuum. We get feedback from people, but this is just it's a survey style kind of, which sounds so dumb to say out loud. It's sort of a standard style survey where I'm asking detailed information, and it is anonymous. We don't know who's writing what and stuff like that. So if you have feedback for us, positive or negative, we want to hear about it. And that really will help us shape the way we do the episodes going forward into 2026, which is like our 5th year. Is that right? 6th year?
I think we're going into sixth
year. Yeah. 6 years of doing the show.
My goodness.
So yeah, there's the QR code. We'll bring that up a little bit later too. And we are actively taking comments, and we'll probably keep this up for a few months to really or a couple months to really get
So
as
everybody can do
many
it. Yeah.
people filling it out. When it starts trickling down, we're not getting the responses anymore. We'll do that, but we'll take it down. But at the moment, that's where we're at, and it should be pretty good for a while, I think. So you have some time, but it shouldn't take you very long. So please to do the survey. Larry says
Mm-hmm.
he did his this morning.
Excellent, Larry. Thank you.
Um,
Helmy too.
Helmy did his.
yeah,
Yes, I
yep,
sent it to
yep,
Helmy.
yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And oh yeah, we do need to schedule our Japan recap episode.
Yeah, we have to have
Like
Leslie
to,
and John and Sandra on
yeah.
that one too. So absolutely.
Um, so we'll talk about that offline. But I wanted to say that it wasn't just the Mechamania episode. There's like I love talking about the movies with you guys, and I think that one of the things that I love about what we do is that we show off the collectible side of things, but we all love these movies, so we're able to like speak about them from a place of love and a place of uh understanding, and especially because if we're talking about Godzilla stuff, I've got like this crazy cool collection of like still images that I can show off, which was a
Mm-hmm.
lot of
Yeah,
fun
you
this
do.
last time as well for Destroya. So anyway, I just think we've got there's been so many things. Those are sort of like highlights for me for Collectible Monsters. David, how about you?
I'm going to echo what Kyle just said. I think the last three episodes were especially outstanding, and what you were talking about is uh, we all come at these discussions, these movie discussions, from different perspectives. And I, honest to God, I've not changed my mind, but I've seen things in a different way listening to you guys talk. And I think that's what this is all about. And Scott Hall said it, and I say this all the time. These toys and collectibles wouldn't exist without the films and our love for the films. And I think that if we can continue this trend of tying in the collectibles with the movies that we love and really coming at it from different perspectives. Somebody loves this one, somebody doesn't love this one. But I think the last three were super strong. But what I am going to say though is my favorite thing that our show did as a group was our trip to Japan. Having the majority of the co-hosts in Japan together was something that I never thought we'd get to do. And of course, we missed Christine, but we still managed to do some amazing things. And Kyle, I think I have some images that we could just flash real quick. We don't have to spend too much time on them.
Yeah.
But and honestly, I'm going to be real blunt here. I wish that we did more things with John, Leslie, and Sandra. I was a little bit disappointed that we didn't spend more time together doing things and doing more things for the show and recording it. I think that was a missed opportunity, and I'm not blaming anybody, but I'm just putting it out there. And because I love you guys, and I wanted to spend more time with you on that trip. But anyway, this is Leslie's last night. We met him at the hotel. Oh, we're going real fast. Okay.
Oh,
War of the
sorry. There you go.
Gargantuas.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No. You go ahead.
That's okay.
I
Sorry.
didn't mean to do.
That's okay. Leslie's last night. He bought us a drink at the bar or soda, and we hung out in front of the awesome display and
At the
some
Hotel Gracery in
at the
Shinjuku.
Hotel Gracery, aka the Godzilla Hotel in Shinjuku, and there we are. And this
They broke out in hives because it was Final Wars. They broke out in hives.
No, we did not. It was fine. I like the Godzilla. The Godzilla suit was fine. This is just an epic moment for me. War of the Gargantuas. My buddy Kyle and I tried to look like we were fighting, but we look like we're just hanging out and being pals.
Y'all
Especially the
tickling
ones
each other.
where we're
Where's the dancing one?
no the dancing. I didn't even put that one on here. I'll share that in the group. We're supposed to be fighting violently, but it looks like we're dancing. This was Godzilla's first appearance in Japan in the Yokohama area, right?
I think Yokosuka, but yeah,
Yokosuka,
right around there.
yeah, around there. That's
down
that's
in Kanagawa.
down in
Yeah.
Kanagawa. And this was right after we saw the Godzilla slide at the Flower Park, and here we are, all fitting comfortably in Godzilla's footprint, and that was something that I didn't expect to do, and it was just a lot of fun to be there with all you guys, and I loved that. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, and there's the Godzilla slide. There we are. There we are. There's Ed Holland, Helmy. Oh, James LaRock. I forgot James was with us. He
Yeah.
and his mom were there. Myself, Lady Kyle, Sandra, Frank, and Leslie Chambers. That was awesome. That was awesome. Really fun. And there's just me and Kyle being silly or being ourselves. There's Kyle at
What the
the
hell?
badge, right? Isn't that the badge? Gashapon
I would maybe just say VAG, but yeah,
bag.
it's
Oh,
basically I'm
sorry,
in a
bag.
gachapon, vinyl
VAG.
artist gachapon,
Yes, 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 yes.
and I was searching for I think 500 yen
Yep.
to buy some gacha.
And I snapped you doing just that. So that was a fun moment at the Nakano Broadway Mall. And there's John Ruffin looking at vintage stuff. I mean, he's probably sees a gum wrapper in there that he wants to buy and show off and frame for his one of his 8,000 show and tell things. But it was just so great. In all seriousness, seeing John like light up and being so enamored with this stuff as I knew he would be. And then let's see. Oh, there we are in Akihabara, and this is right after we came out of the Mandarake Coco, or was it the one with the elevator in it, the one with the
Oh
top
yeah,
floor?
Radio Kaikan or the
Yes, yes,
Akiba
yes, yes.
building.
And there, all of us are, and there we are having lunch. John, Leslie, Sandra. And I love that shot. We're just doing a random moment in the Coco Mandarake in Akihabara, just having fun, having some fun. And there's Leslie looking at Sofubi. I caught you. Look at you taking pictures of Sofubi because there ain't nothing in that case but Sofubi. So there you go, everyone. I got it on. I got a photograph of it. So there's that. And this is the first time we all got together. We had a little snack in the cafe before we started our shopping adventure.
That ceiling was too low, though.
Yeah, ceiling was very low.
You couldn't stand up properly in that daggone thing.
I think John hit his head twice.
Like, good Lord.
Yep.
I hit my head at least twice. Yeah,
I hit it once. So, and I think that might be all. No, there's me in my Godzilla shirt on Godzilla Day in front of the Gracery Hotel in Shinjuku. And that's it. And my favorite thing that we did this year was being all together in Japan.
That's awesome.
It
Kyle.
was great. Yes.
I mean, no, sorry, Leslie. Kyle went already, right? Or who didn't go?
Again, I think we did a lot of great stuff this year, content-wise. Because I'm always that's normally what I think about a lot, especially when I'm driving and I got the radio off. I'm just thinking about ideas and what to pitch for the show. What can we do for the show? What can we do to build our brand and concentrate our efforts on making great content that you can't find anywhere else. This is all due respect to people out there who have a show or a podcast or anything like that. It's easy to have a camera, start talking without any sense of depth or anything. But I pride myself and I pride this show on giving y'all the best content that we can possibly provide with, some jabs, some jokes thrown at each other, just to, make things interesting. At the end of the day, we all have this one vision of making this show the best that we possibly can make. By giving you these interviews, these supplementals, and just try to provide at least somewhat of an escape, because I know this world is this world. And sometimes we need that escape to put a smile on our faces when we're going through a lot. So I hope that we have been that for a lot of people. And I've been told that we have been that for a lot of people, but we want to continue that. So I strive and I urge my other co-hosts, and they're all on board with it. We're going to give you bigger and better and more thought-provoking content, because there's so much to these movies and to these monsters and to these characters. They're more than just guys in suits, trashing miniature cities. There's a lot going on in these movies. So my goal next year is try to explore more of that while celebrating the collectibles that we know and love. With that being said, I think, because I listen to our show constantly when I'm on the road, right? Listen to them. And the one I go back to the most involving this year is the Millennium series. Like, I really love that episode. That was a good one. And honestly,
nice 3.5 hour episode.
But you know what? It felt like an hour and a half. That's how
it was really good.
It went quick. It went really quick.
And I didn't expect for that much love to be thrown towards the Millennium series. Kind of the Millennium series, like I said, has been kind of like forgotten about. It's like stuck between the Heisei series. You got the MonsterVerse and the Reiwa era. The Millennium series is just like sort of there, but I hope that we uncovered some great things about the Millennium series. And according to what I see in the chat, a lot of people love that episode as well.
Mhm.
So that was a great episode. Again, thank you to Alex for joining the episode. We do appreciate that. The Destroyer one that we just did. Oh my God, that was a great one. That was a great one. Again, I have a love-hate relationship with that movie, but like what David said in our prep, hearing different perspectives from our co-hosts makes us go back and watch these films from their perspective and actually enjoy it more. So that's a
Absolutely.
great thing. That's a happy byproduct for us doing these discussions. But yeah, I love the Destroyer. I wasn't a part of this one, but I really love the one that y'all did over G Fest weekend where y'all covered Eiji Tsuburaya's life. Like that was a really, really good one. And I know the whole 3.5 hours, but I'm like this. Y'all still maintain strong viewership throughout, that show. I know we try to streamline our shows, but I think if you talk about something interesting, people are still gonna be there. I'm like this. You got people watching wrestling shows for 3 hours and wrestling shows and about crap anymore. So I think we can get away with doing shows like that because at least we're doing something very, very interesting. So yeah, those are my favorites of this year: the Millennium Series, Destroyer, and the Eiji Tsuburaya. Even though I do love the one y'all did about the recap of our Japan trip, like that's on another level. Um, but those are my highlights involved in the show. Before we get to our collectible highlights, I want to ask, a couple more things, and everybody in the chat, you're more welcome. Cause I want to keep these guys here for at least another 40 minutes, then we're out of here. But I think I asked this. I know I asked this during our prep, but let's see how well the Collect All Monsters as individual hosts. Like you've
Oh
seen our
boy.
collections, you've seen what we like, what we don't like, and all the good stuff. But again, I gotta ask Colin David again, which one between Kyle, David, John, and Christine? I know I'm out of this conversation. Which one of them you think has the most Sofubi in their collection?
Oh, you're asking the audience, right? You're
Hmm.
asking the viewers.
I'm asking Kyle and you. Like Kyle go first, then Dave, and everybody in the chat, you can, but between the four of them, because I only got one. So between those four, who do you think has the most Sofubi in their collection?
That's a great question. I think okay, so David's Sofubi collection is the shelf where
Yes,
he
the tower,
has
right?
almost everything on
Tower,
it,
the
the
Sofubi
tower.
Tower. Yes, sir.
It's pretty dense, but he's got it displayed really nicely. I don't. It would be interesting to actually someday, just for the hell of it, to go count them all, like right, to see what's in there.
That's a good.
Um,
We should do that this year for
but
sure.
because I have my closet turned collection room here, and I had stuff spill out over here and up top here too. So I think if I had to say, if I had to guess, because Christine's isn't dense. Christine has a lot of stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, Christine has a huge Sophie collection, but I don't think it's as dense as David's and mine. Um, David's been collecting Sofubi longer than I have, though. So I feel like if you stacked them up, it would. I'm gonna give the card to David, give the
Oh
win to
wow.
David there, probably. I think. I don't, but it's been so long since I've seen his collection too. And I'm not counting X Plus, I'm just counting like the
Sofubi. Yeah.
collector style Sofubi stuff.
Mm.
But yeah, I would be interesting to actually count because like I think my collection includes some very small stuff, but most of I mean, I also have like big pieces too. Anyway, yeah, really tough. Plus, I have some of David's pieces from back in the day,
And I've got
and
some of
David
yours.
has some of my pieces from back in the day.
So keep it all in the family.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I agree with that, Kyle, because I saw your collection very recently, and you, like me, have a little bit of everything. We do posters, we do model kits, we do X Plus, and we do Sofubi. So, having said that, I think that you probably have the most Sofubi by a little bit, and then probably Christine second. just because she doesn't do the other stuff. She does a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
X plus. So
Mm-hmm.
I think, and she has a lot of stuff that we're not seeing. So it's a really hard question. I think we're all pretty close. I don't think anybody's like leaps and bounds more than the other one. But I think, and we're not counting Bandai's, are we? Just like designer Sofubi, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
So
Yeah,
I think,
we're counting the stuff that Leslie doesn't buy.
well, yeah,
Right?
I'm
right.
out.
So
Yeah.
I think you have more than me, Kyle, as far as
All
Sofubi
right.
goes, because
Well,
Okay.
I was in your space and you have a
let's
whole room.
let's
I only
call
have
it
an
a
hour.
draw.
Call it a draw. Woo! Oh, this side. There you go. Woohoo!
I'll
Okay.
be damned.
All right. And because John doesn't really do a lot of Sofubi, Leslie doesn't do any or very
Mm.
little, and Leslie would have the X Plus model kits though for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have that on lock. And you know what? I do want to know also, and I think this can apply to all of us. Which one of us do you think has the most stuff from the Showa series alone?
Mm,
John.
well,
I'm gonna
yeah,
go with David because David does the Ultraman stuff, and a lot of us don't really do
Mm.
Ultraman. So I think because of that, I think
I do.
David gets the edge on that.
I may agree with that because Kyle, you have a lot of stuff, but you've got other stuff more than I do. You've got a lot of Heisei and some Reiwa, so um, I really think that's probably me in that field. But who knows? We should officially count them and see, like on a later episode. That would be really fun.
What we should do is we should tie it into an episode talking about the talking about like protecting our collection, where you have to like that we should everybody in on the show should actually detail exactly what they have in a spreadsheet
Oh
so that
wow!
we can each like
Oh
because that's what you need
Christ,
to do if you're gonna insure your collection.
that's true.
So, and it's something I did back in the day when I sold everything,
You
but
did, yeah.
now that we're here, I should do it again because even that first year, like I wrote down everything I bought on one notepad thing, and I was
Hmm.
like, whoa, why am I still scrolling? What's going on here?
There's a
Just
lot
for
of
a year's
stuff.
worth of
That's why.
stuff. So
And this
yeah,
conversation is perfect because segue because we do need to do a show at your shelves for everybody in our group and also the viewers too because we need to do another. We did one a long time ago,
I think
and
it was our first 6 months of doing the
I
show
think
is when
so
we did a
too.
Yeah,
show
yeah.
show
So it's
yourselves.
definitely time to revisit a show at your shelves
Yeah.
because I know a lot of our viewers, Helmy, is probably first and foremost has incredible. I mean, you just saw it in person, Kyle. Incredibly like curated collection, and again, it's not necessarily all about the amount. It's the love and the curation is a big factor for me anyway. I think that is something that we should share and show off with and share with one another because I think that would be a really popular episode for everybody to get involved with.
Absolutely. I got two more questions about us self reflection, ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-oh.
Next question, and again, let's be brutally honest. Okay, which co-host do you think is the most opinionated? The one that they will have an opinion, they will say it, and they will not budge, regardless if it's popular or not. Who is the most opinionated?
Well, it's down to two. Go ahead, Kyle. You go first.
Man, that's a that's an interesting
That is a
question.
very interesting question. I think Leslie already knows the answer.
I think the most opinionated. I guess I honestly feel like the top runners are right here on screen. All three of us.
I agree. I
mean,
agree. I absolutely agree.
how do
I
I
agree. I
how do I
agree.
judge this? Because like I feel like
Here we
I feel
are.
like
That's it.
I've been doing this kind of thing for so long that even like back in the Kaiju Cast days, sure I was open to interpretation and changing my mind on some things, but a lot of my opinions have stayed the same, locked in concrete, or lucite. It's been graded professionally, and it's in my back pocket at all times. I think maybe it might be me. I don't think that's like a positive thing to say necessarily, but yeah, maybe me.
Well, Kyle, I'm going to sort of agree with you because it's definitely people on screen right now. And I think it's a neck and neck tie between Mr. Chambers and myself. And then you're right behind us. I think Leslie and I kind of have some unflappable opinions about certain things. And we're really not ashamed or shy to
And we
express
don't
those
budge. We
on the
don't
show.
budge at all.
Although this is true. However, what I was alluding to before when we were doing our movie discussions, some of you guys did sway my opinions about certain films. So,
Right, right.
and honest to God,
Yeah.
that to me is awesome. Not so much on other films, but in certain films, like I have a different perspective. But I think if you had to do an order, a ranking of the whole crew, Leslie and I number one together, Kyle, Christine, and then John. I think that's how it would go.
Yeah,
Or
John will be last because
John and
John.
Christine are kind of both like how you and I are in the top, and those two are in the bottom, and Kyle's like right behind you and I because
Yeah,
I think Kyle is more open minded than the two of us are on certain things.
I'm diplomatic
You're
about
dip.
things.
You're that's it. Kyle is much more diplomatic than the two of us can be, and I
yeah.
think that might be something that we both maybe should work on a little bit more. I
Oh
mean,
hell no!
okay, all right. Well, there you go. There you have it. There you have it.
It makes it
But
Official.
interesting. It
what
makes
an
it
interesting,
interesting.
what an interesting question. And I do, honest to God, think uh, Leslie Chambers and David Dobko are tied for first, and Kyle is right behind us, and then the other two somewhere in the back. That's the way
I,
I feel.
I kind of agree with that because I think that John and Christine, more so John, they don't like really say anything that's going to
But
offend
but
anybody.
John surprises us, Leslie. When I watch the African American stream, John's got some hot takes, man. He's got some
Oh
hot
yeah.
takes. He's
Now
got some
like
hot takes.
now like you when it comes to MonsterVerse, he shows no mercy, and you know that's fine. But I'm just saying that. But more or less, if it's something that he knows is a popular thing that he doesn't really get with, he's very mindful. Now he'll say it, but he's very apologetic when he does say it
Not always.
because
Not always.
but more or less he does, and he don't like offending people, even though he knows that there are people in our fandom that, quite honestly, deserve to be surveyed by Dr. Loomis. But you already know what I'm talking about. But I do agree. I think me and David, like we're
Neck and neck.
unapologetically
Yes, that's the
we
word. Yeah.
we believe what we believe. We say what we now. We will hear you out. Now we'll at least hear you. But at the end of the day, it's like it takes a lot for us to budge, and normally we don't budge. So yeah, I think between all of us, it's that ranking: me, David, then Kyle, then Christine and John. I think that
If
that's the
Kyle was
ranking.
less diplomatic, he would be right up there with us because his opinions. He and I are very tight with our opinions, like in a lot of things, but he just doesn't go there like you and I tend to do from time to
Oh, he
time.
goes there. It just
Yeah,
depends on it
but
depends on the movie.
but
He
he
goes
does,
there.
but he does it in a more diplomatic way than I think you and I do.
I tell you
And
what.
I think it's good because we all come at it with a different way, as long as we stay respectful and we can. There's nothing wrong with passion, and there's nothing wrong with standing by your convictions. I think.
David, let's test that theory.
Oh
Take
no!
that, you dinosaur.
Ask ask David and Kyle. Ask David. Ask Kyle what is his honest opinion of Godzilla versus King Ghidorah.
I think you just did what. Oh, no, he just laughed. He's like, I'm not going to answer that. He's like, he's not even going to answer it. So there you go. That speaks volumes right there. He's like, I'm out. I'm out. So Kyle, what is your honest assessment of Godzilla versus King Ghidorah?
Oh boy, here we go.
Cliff Notes version.
It's fun, and but it's I have a lot of trouble getting over the gigantic plot hole of the time travel and the quality of the tokusatsu effects does not live up to the era at which it was made. I feel like Biolante has better special effects
I
than
agree with that. I agree
King
with
I
that.
agree.
Ghidorah
I agree
does.
with that too. But as far
And
as fun goes, it's more fun than
sure,
Violante for me.
sure, yeah. I mean, it's more fun.
Ooh.
So Who's that? Oh,
Ooh,
Alex
Alex.
Alex
Sawyer. Oh,
You
Sawyer.
know what?
Alex.
He's right. He's right. Doggerel does suck. So I agree with you with that. I'm sorry, Robert. I know you're in the chat. I'm sorry.
Tommy says the Dorats are better than Biolante, and I just
Oh,
absolutely
oh, oh,
can't get behind that. Now, I
oh.
did go see Godzilla versus King Ghidorah in 4K earlier this month. And so it's not, I don't hate it so much that I would be like, no, screw that film. I'm not going to go watch it. Like, it was cool to see, and it was packed. I mean, that's one of the things that I love about this year has been this incredible opportunity to see Godzilla films in the theater with
A Japanese audience.
fans. Like,
Yeah.
because that's really what the deal is. Like, if I haven't explained it well enough in the past, every month ish, most of the months of this year, there has been a Godzilla movie from the past that's gotten a 4K upgrade, and they've taken it to select theaters. And when I say select theaters, I mean one in Tokyo, one in Hokkaido, one in I think Osaka, like maybe five films all throughout the whole sorry, five theaters all throughout the whole country. And they'll get a film and they'll play it for 1 week with only 2 screenings per day. And I've been to almost everyone. The only exception to that was when Godzilla. I was doing a whole list of the cool stuff that's happened this year, and when Godzilla the art was happening in Roppongi, the theater that was attached to that mall had a whole month long screening series. So every Wednesday at 7 p.m. ish or something like that, they would show a different movie. And I made it to almost all of those. The only ones I didn't see were Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 93
Mhm.
and Godzilla Final Wars. So
Oh, big deal. Who cares?
yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, I it's going to, what my point was going to be, that going to see these movies in a theater with other fans is it's people are coming out for this stuff. Like, it's very
That's
obvious that
it's
Godzilla
awesome.
fans are still like active, and like the amount of people that were there for King Ghidorah, I was surprised. It was packed. There were no extra empty seats in the house, and it wasn't a huge like
Theater.
theater room with a bunch of like hundreds and hundreds of seats, but it was
Mhm.
still kind of awesome. So we've been to see I went to go see, Frank mentioned he was planning on going, but he got sick, unlike Son of Godzilla. So he didn't go see Son of Godzilla, but I went and saw it. I went and saw All Monsters Attack. I went and saw Godzilla versus Gigan. I went and saw Godzilla versus Hedorah, King
Mhm.
Ghidorah, Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, Monster Zero, Mothra versus Godzilla. Like seriously, with the exception of the 54 film officially, I have not seen it in 4K in the theater, but I've seen it in the theater so many times.
Right.
And I haven't seen Raids Again in the theater.
That's okay.
And then take from that on, I've seen every one of the movies from the Showa era in the
Golden era
theater
is all of them.
until 75.
That's cool.
74 and 75.
That's
So
cool.
even Megalon, right? Like, I went and saw that. So
That's
So
awesome.
that
Kyle,
was so great to experience here in
I
Japan.
I have a very important question to ask you. So when you saw these in Japan with a predominantly Japanese audience, what's the age group? Is it nostalgia people who seen them when they were little, or is it
I'd
younger
say
people, or across the board?
50% nostalgia age like me,
Okay,
and then 25% would be maybe a couple, like a generation or two younger than me.
okay.
And then there's even like some families that come. So like there'll be like a mom with two kids, or and thankfully there's been some women in the theaters as well. It's still overwhelmingly dudes. But yeah, that would definitely say, yeah, it's Frank's saying all ages depending on the show time too.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, cool. That's
Okay.
great.
Cool.
Love it.
One last question I want to ask before we get to our highlights, and then we can close out the show. But have at least a 1 or 2 item limit if you can answer this question. And everybody in the chat, you're more welcome to, because you've seen stuff that we showcase on the show. You've seen our collections, you've seen everything. But is there something that another host has that you would love to have in your collection? Like if they were to give it to you for free, you would take it. You know what? I'll start to get us on the.
Please do. Please do.
Okay. It's two things. One,
I know what you want from me.
Yeah, you already know what I want. Like the Monster Maker 2864B.
And if I pass away, you're already getting it. It's in the will.
That's depressing. I'm not gonna say yeah. No, anyways, that's one thing. When I went and saw John, the last time I was in Philly, I saw John and I saw his collection room and all this good stuff. And even more recently, when I went to Japan, the Kyoto Shin Godzilla, in my opinion, the best Shin Godzilla figure ever made. I wish I would have got that. If John was to give it to me, I would. Well, if I could find one, I want that. So those are my two. David, what about you? What is something that another host has that you would love to have in your collection?
Well, just because I was there and it's fresh in my mind, Kyle's collection, it's kind of a simple thing that, not simple, it just speaks volumes to me. I love the Pachikingu kaiju with the three heads. I think that is, and I love that colorway. I think that is a really cool piece that I don't know that I'll ever be able to afford it unless they reissue it again, because they're really expensive now. And I think that's something that was in a magazine, and it's nostalgia. It's just awesome, and I think I would like that. And let's see, Leslie, I know what I would want from you, and I kick myself for not getting it. And I think you have told me that it is your favorite KOC next to the ones that I did for you. I mean, I did three, but your favorite is not the one I did. The Godzilla 2000.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that is an absolutely stunning piece. And who knows, it may come my way at some point. But I think, I'm going to use my word. That is the quintessential Godzilla 2000 G2.
1999.
1999. Well, 1999. Yeah, it'll work. I think that even tops the 3D scans X Plus, because the detail that Ibaraki-san gets, it's just next level. I've never seen John's collection, but I'm sure there's a couple of vintage pieces. And Christine, I really don't know what she's got, but I'm sure she's got some cool stuff. But those are the two things.
That's debatable, but okay.
Yeah, those are the two things that off the top of my head, those are the two things that I would take from you guys.
Kyle, what about you? What's your wants?
Man, that's it's really hard, right? Because number one, I feel very lucky because I was gifted an incredible GMK Gigantic by a good friend of mine. So, I mean, should I be greedy? That seems greedy to even covet another of my collector's items here, but
go ahead.
And David actually sold me the Megaton here for an insanely reasonable price, so I almost find that difficult to do as well. Actually, the thing that David has in his collection, or he had in his collection, that I've always been gaga for, or at least when he had it, was the Honey Bones Godzilla kit.
Oh, that's gone.
It's gone. Yeah,
I've got
okay.
for it too. I mean, Paul Romero has that kit still in New Jersey.
It's absolutely my definitive headcanon for what I wish Godzilla would have been resurrected to look like for like -1. That would be perfection for me. But
me too.
And then Leslie, I honestly think that your collection, you have some stuff in your collection that I would I mean, yeah, you're never in danger of me actually flying over and taking this stuff, but your P1 is amazing.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. What's that? Let me see if I can get it.
Yeah,
there it is.
I'll take that too.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
right there. Yeah.
regarding Christine's stuff, I think she has like a toy graph that I would like to have, a toy graph Godzilla, but I think, is it maybe the skull one? I can't remember. And then John, I'm sure I would just like to pilfer his library.
Oh yeah, he got more books than the library. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
We're good. I'm glad you answered that question. I've always wanted to ask that. I
That was a
always wanted to
great
see.
that was a great question, and you know it brings me to a point where honestly, God, guys, I'm really satisfied with my collection as it is now. I'm pretty happy.
Hmm.
There's only a few things that I'm really looking for, and this is not counting the things that are coming out in the future, like things that I don't
Hmm.
know even are out yet. But I am really grateful and proud of my collection as it stands right now. So I'm gonna spend a little bit more effort and make a conscious effort to really appreciate that when I don't get the lottery or I don't get this one that
Hmm.
I'm looking for, or it's too expensive or I can't fit it in my collection. I'm just
Okay,
gonna say I'm pretty damn pleased with what I have collected over the years.
that's awesome. Now, look, let me ask you just a couple things right fast, and let's just do it rapid fire, okay?
Okay.
Because again, we're gonna talk more about what
All right,
our favorite, super favorite things that we got this year in our next episode,
next
the
episode.
Q&A episode. And again, y'all gonna be a part of that, right? We'll talk more about that on the group or whatever, how you can formulate questions that pertain to what we got or what you got
Cool.
this year, 2025. Now,
Why don't I do this while you're doing that? Why don't
okay.
I move you up top with us and then go share this, which is, if you'd like to send in a question for our next episode, here's another QR code form, which I think works fine. So while we're talking, go ahead and
All right.
take a picture of that guy for
Yeah.
Excellent.
for
And again, guys, you can answer the questions too. You know, if you have them or if you don't have them, if you've seen them or whatever, just whatever, let your voices be heard. All right, David and Kyle. Okay, in your opinion, what was what would get your vote as the best Fubu release of 2025?
Oh,
Rapid fire.
rapid fire. I'm gonna say the Frog Tree. What's its title? Kyle's got a
it's the
title.
ukiyo-e
Yes,
frog tree. Yeah.
I think that one in any iteration, any colorway, I think that is probably the coolest, most stylized, awesome piece that was available to us as collectors last year.
Kyle, what about you?
Yeah, I actually do agree. The Frog Tree Ukiyo-e piece
Ukiyo-e.
is was so unique and such a huge hit that I think it deserves that title, for as far as I'm concerned.
Look at
Best
us. Look at this.
best Bandai release.
Wait, how
Flying
about you?
Destroyer.
How about you? Oh, you're not doing
Oh
it. So
yeah.
okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
what's
So
your
food. My,
No, 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 you could say the
You say something else.
GMKs, right?
Yeah.
That Sandra's getting,
yeah,
right?
the GMK that that she got in Japan. Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Okay, but best Bandai release. Best Bandai release.
That's
Your
Flying
Bandai
Destroyer.
release. Wow. Huh. The Destroyer is pretty awesome, but I don't have it. I'm gonna say, selfishly, the G2K that I picked up in the Godzilla store in Shinjuku because that was sort of featured in the movie in the short. It does. He's not burning, but he has the orange dorsal plates, and I did pick him up on Godzilla Day, so that's my favorite, just for selfish reasons.
I'll go with Dancing Godzilla 65.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a great
that's a
one.
good one too.
I do
Yep,
love
that's a
that
good one
one.
too. Someone else said that in the Larry Latham said that. Yeah, so Condor. Yeah, of course. Someone said Condor. Of
The
course they did.
Condor.
Of course they did.
Kyle, what
Damn
about you?
Condor.
Best Bandai release.
Oh man, I forgot it. I mean, I shouldn't forget about it. He's literally right there. But yeah, the Flying Destroyer. I mean, as I said when I showed him off, like I've always wanted a Flying Destroyer, and it really it took me by surprise that they even released it, although it shouldn't have, because Bandai has really been, and I'm gonna say, scraping the barrel with this, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not. That's not a bad thing. Like, they're reaching out for the deep cuts, even though they're not that deep. But yeah, Flying Destroyer was absolutely sort of my 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 favorite Bandai release of the year.
Okay, 2 more, and that's it. Then we go to our highlights. Okay, best X Plus figure release.
Oh boy.
David, go for it.
Now I gotta look. Best X Plus release. Oh man. I'm gonna say, and this is gonna surprise people. I'm gonna say the Godzilla 1974, 25 centimeter. Because, and I'll tell you why, real quick. Because they didn't get it right all these years, miss after miss after miss, and finally they got it right. It's beautiful. No one has any issues with it. It's great, and it filled a hole in my collection. There you go, 1974. I don't think you guys agree, but that's okay.
No, it's not. It's not that I don't agree. I actually think you're right. I am embarrassed to say I don't have a good grasp on what X Plus has put out this
Me
year.
neither. That's because I have that one too.
I'm a little embarrassed to admit that.
I can name some just to jog your memory. 25 centimeter 74 Godzilla, 25 centimeter fake Godzilla, the favorite sculptors line Shin Godzilla, the favorite sculptors line -1, the gigantic space Godzilla from the favorite products line, the Odo Island Godzilla from -1 from the favorite products line.
Oh yeah, that's good too.
Of course, I mean Kong, but y'all ain't picking that, so I ain't worried about that. I know you ain't picking this one, the gigantic 2002. That was somewhat of a misfire, but
I would go with the fake Godzilla actually from the 74 fake Godzilla. That
okay.
I really like what they did there. That's a really good one too.
Okay, here's mine. Without question.
Yeah, that's great. That's a good one.
Right here, ladies and gentlemen. I know I'm spoiling it, but damn it. Whoa.
I can't wait to see it. Yeah.
Oh my God, this thing. Whoa. The absolute best figure release X Plus put out this year, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. Okay, and the last thing, and this kind of a question I never really asked before, but might as well. If there was a collectible that came out this year, the 2025, that you could gift all Godzilla fans, what would that collectible be?
Ooh.
Wow.
I go first, if you don't mind.
Go for it. You, of course, please do. Go first.
For me, this, without question.
Nice.
That's mine. That's my pick.
You know what, man? I'm going to cop out. I'm going to actually agree with you. That's in terms of something that every Godzilla fan, like being able to gift every Godzilla fan something in the same thing, that would be a great one. So
let's make it unanimous, because I agree. Not everybody is a collector of toys and models and posters. Everybody likes books. Everybody loves the movies, because that's where we get the love from. Excellent choice, Leslie. Excellent choice, Kyle. Excellent choice, David. We all agree.
Thank you very much. All right. Now let's go to our highlights so we can speed through these real fast so we can get up out of here. Kyle, I sent you 2 photographs, but before you get to those, this is my first one. I thank John Bellotti Jr. for this shirt of Ultraman from Robo 7. Again, David, because I have to honor your favorite superhero.
And that's a great shirt. It's the classic too.
At first I asked him for an Ultra 7 shirt, but he sent me Ultraman instead. But you know what? I love it. And since he is celebrating 60 years next year. Oh, yeah. Can't wait to do a show about him. David's going to spearhead that. But yeah, this was my one of my favorite collectibles that I got this year, 2025. It's not a figure. It's not a poster or a book. It's swag. It's some swag. So
she's our friend John too. So it's great.
Yeah. So hit up Robo 7 if you want some cool swag like this. Kyle, you can fire up whatever photograph you want to first. I don't care.
All right. This one surprised me, Leslie.
It surprised me too, because you know what? I haven't done an SH Monster Arts figure in years. I tried going to the line when I first got into collecting, but it just never grabbed me. Now the detail are great on these things. The articulation is phenomenal, but like David, I'm a sucker for this design of Godzilla 2000. And when I saw it in Japan in person, I was like, you know what? That thing is really, really cool. And when I popped it out in person, when I got it here back in the States, I mean, David mentioned earlier that he thinks the KOC has the best sculpt when it comes to the 2000 Godzilla. And he's not wrong, but a case can be made for this guy. Like that
Really?
thing got him. Yeah. So that's my second highlight. And the last highlight, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Dot Matt from Galloping Ghost Kaiji Kobo. You know, I've been heavily into their kits for the past, I want to say at least 2 years. And of course, the one off of the gigantic size Daisenso Goji Monster Zero
Oh yeah,
One. Thank
that's a
you so
beauty.
much,
It's a beaut.
Doc and Marcellus, for making this happen for me. Real do appreciate it. And that's my highlight. So if those didn't make it, can you imagine what did make it? But you got to tune in to our Q&A episode for that. All right. Who's going next with theirs?
I guess I'll go next. So I got to tell you guys in the audience and the viewers that I was standing right next to Leslie when he saw that figure in Japan in the SH Monster Art store in Akihabara, and you were like a kid in a candy store. Like, I'm getting that. I'm getting it. It's beautiful. I actually have a picture of Leslie looking at it in the case. I'll post it in the group. It's great. So my highlights, I'm only going to share two because I'm going to save this for our show for our next show. But a figure that I've wanted that I missed out on several lotteries over the years, and I was a little bit bummed about it. And our good friend of the show, my good friend Alex Sawyer, out of the kindness of his heart, sold me this Nicholas Lestang Kozilla, which
Cool.
I absolutely love this figure. I think it's just really cool. I love this colorway. I love everything about it. And the best thing about this piece is it comes with a little Maneki Neko Godzilla kind of thing next to it. So I love this. It was a long time coming, and I got it from another collector, which makes it even more special. So thank you, Alex. And then finally, Kyle, let me cough for a second. Hold on.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, you're speaking for me now, huh? Okay. So Kyle, you've got the image that I just sent you. It's
Yes,
the
yes.
honor I have. I'm honored and privileged to have been able to work on this beautiful sculpted
Absolutely.
model kit
Absolutely.
from Mondo and Tanaka Studio. And it kind of came out of nowhere. And again, I really appreciate Hector and Peter from Mondo for thinking of me for this particular piece. And I loved doing it. I loved everything about it. And I hope you all get it. And I'm just really excited to see the collectors get these pieces in their hands. And I hope that if it sells well, I hope that this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship between Mondo and this guy right here. So working with those guys and Mondo was an absolute joy. Professional from first second I got the gig till I finished it up. And again, I couldn't be more proud and grateful and happy that I got to work on this. So, and all you guys have to buy it. Everybody in the chat's got to get one. So, and I'll sign the boxes for you too. So, anyway, that's my biggest highlight of many years of collecting. So,
Congratulations.
thank you so much.
So well deserved.
Thank you so much.
What about you, Kyle? What's your highlights?
Man, hell of a year. As I'm not kidding. I mean, I was making. I feel like I'm gonna do an Instagram post as well about this too, but not just a personal, doing stuff and visitors and so forth, but even just like acquiring stuff throughout the year. Like it has been awesome. I mean, just real quick, let me do this real quick because it showed up. I think if I'm correct, this showed up in January.
Oh yeah.
I only have a couple of these that I don't own already. And this one was an elusive figure. This is one of the M1 GMKs. Very, 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 very difficult to find. This was part of their own lottery back in 2004. And what makes it different from all the other ones is, except the red one, which I'm also missing, is it's made from this like squishy vinyl.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can, yeah.
Oh, is that the one that
Normally,
I sent you?
yeah, this is the one
Oh
that
shoot.
you that
Okay.
that yeah, I had sent to you. Yeah, because I bought it
I'm looking at
online, but
this.
the guy wouldn't ship to Japan, so I had to use David as my intermediary. So this one, because it represents something that like a grail, basically. Now I really only have one or two that I don't own from this whole series.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. That is
Uh,
amazing.
Number two, related in a sense, is the UFO Godzilla from Mondo and
Okay.
Octeil, our good friend. I
Yeah.
absolutely love this thing. Um, I'm really happy to have it in my collection.
Ditto.
And the third one was a surprise to me was the Passion Tank Shin Godzilla, which honestly I bought it not on a whim because I saw it. This was painted by Shirahama Toy, and I saw these at Wonder Festival, but they sold out. And then someone was selling this on Yahoo Japan auctions for maybe 30 or 3,000 yen more than the asking price at
Yikes.
Wonder Festival. So really, really, really affordable compared to a lot of the gouging that happens when you're talking about Wonder Festival releases
Okay.
available after the fact. But
Mm.
the colors on this just absolutely pop. Like I feel like my camera is not doing this justice. It looks really beautiful, and it's such a great piece. And it's my only Passion Tank piece. And I said this. I think not. I'm not the only person to say this. Passion Tank's sculpts are so crisp that they look like it could almost be X Plus style.
Mm.
So that would be my third one, I think. But there's just been so many acquisitions this year. It's really hard to pick.
It is.
Absolutely.
It is beautiful
Ta-da.
in person. I saw it in person, and ladies and gentlemen, it is a beautiful piece for sure.
But that was a small snippet, Nate, ladies and gentlemen, what you're gonna hear from us on our Q&A episode. Again, that episode, along with feedback, whatever, you're gonna hear what our super duper top favorite acquisitions of 2025. And again, we got a lot this year. I think as fans, we've been blessed. Because there've been so many great collectibles from companies coming out. With great stuff this year. It doesn't matter how much you got, as long as you got something. It doesn't really matter. But here at Collect All Monsters, we like to celebrate that. And so, on behalf of Kyle, Christine, David, and John, and Jonathan, and Helman, and everybody that has supported us for all these many years, we want to thank you all so much for riding with us. From day one, y'all have been there. Y'all have supported us. Y'all have been there for us. And so we want to reciprocate by giving you awesome, awesome, great shows. So on behalf of all of us, we hope you had a happy holiday, a great new year, and thank you so much for riding with Collect All Monsters. Now, before I let my cast go, one more thing I gotta ask y'all. Then that's it. I promise. I promise. And
Uh-oh.
you're more than welcome to answer this
I
question
want
in the
to.
chat too.
I also want to answer a couple questions for the
Go for
chat
it. Go for it,
too.
sir. Go
Yeah.
for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
So number one, John McCoy asked, "What are the chances of the Mechamania episode being reposted?" They're the chances are good. I took the episode, I downloaded it, and then I found all the spots that Toho had identified were copyright, which is just so ridiculous. And anyway, but
Yeah.
and so I started messing with it to try and like change it so it would pass copyright. But I just gotta get the time to sit down in front of my editor, which my editing program, which I have to do several videos about actually. So that's answer number one for you guys there. Number two, I saw something about big surprise. Our what? It's not fanciest of cats. It's Nathaniel Plummer, right? Who's the King
Nathaniel
Kong Lives guy?
Nathaniel
Nathaniel
Plummer.
Plummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nathaniel Plummer says that Oh yeah, here's one of them. Yeah, he's always commenting about King Kong Lives, which I think does not hold up well for most of my co-hosts. I did want to say, if you don't have this, Nathaniel, when I lived here in 1986 and 1987 in Japan, King Kong Lives was called King Kong 2, and it was here in theaters. And when I lived here, the poster that features Noriyoshi Orai's artwork was adorned all over the city. And later on, I actually did own the King Kong 2 poster.
Hmm.
I don't know if I don't think I still have it because I sold all my posters back before we left, but he was asking if we would do a King Kong Lives episode. I don't know if it would get an episode, but I think I would at least rewatch it for you this year. I will maybe commit to that.
Well, how about this, Kyle? Because the '76 Kong has an anniversary next year, so why don't we? I'm sure we'll talk about that at some point, and then we'll
Yeah.
kind of tie that in with the discussion on the '76 Kong. Does that make sense?
Supplemental.
Interesting. I didn't even think that they came out 10 years apart. That's
They did,
Mhm.
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, you know
All
what?
right.
I love King
I
Kong
have to watch it again.
76.
I haven't seen it in forever. I don't even remember it really.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think it would be fair to maybe discuss it a little bit for one of our viewers who's really into it.
You know what?
Give the
With
fans what they want.
Yes,
let's
give them what they want.
you know
Yes,
what, Nathaniel, we'll do it.
except for MonsterVerse.
Yeah. We'll do it for you. Trust me, that episode will be
I'll
coming.
do it.
So
I'll
that kind of
watch it.
leads
I'll
into my
watch it this week.
that kind of leads into my last question I want to ask you guys. And I alluded to it earlier in the prep. And again, everybody in chat, you're more welcome to answer it. But what is a topic that you want to cover, that you want to see covered on Collect All Monsters next year? Kyle, you can go first.
Mm,
Mm.
okay. I'm gonna say that the number one thing, I don't know if I'd call this a topic, but the number one thing that I want to start doing next year is we had a number of concepts for the co-hosts to tackle, and
Oh right.
because I think it would, in a sense, this would write itself. um I really want to get David and some other collectors together for the first installment of The Quintessentialist, which would be David and maybe three other collectors that get together and talk about their ideas for the quintessential version of this specific monster with this specific suit, and like the collectible version of that. And where they would come in and show off stuff that is just specifically about that exact
That one
monster. And
specific monster. Yeah, I
yeah,
think that's great.
exactly. That's the idea for the quintessentialist. And like, it's sort of been like on the shelf
For
of
years. For
things we
years.
need to do
Yeah.
for years. And I really do want to get that rolling for 2000. Because I think honestly, like, if we get that going for 2026, the first episode, the second episode of that would be its own supplemental thing, but that it would just like spitball into something that just, you're gonna get people who are like, yeah, I want to be on for this, and yeah, I want to be on for that, and then you're gonna have like, you can schedule it out like the whole year, kind of
Totally.
essentially.
And it's good.
Um,
It's good too, Kyle, because it's what we've been talking about as a group. We want to involve the viewers more, and I think this would be a way to get viewers involved more. And I don't want to forget that one of my favorite episodes was the last episode where Steven Sarnicki talked about his passion for the Burning Godzilla. I thought that went off without a hitch. I thought that was great. Hope you guys loved that too. And that was sort of like the prototype for what we hope to do with future episodes. So yes, 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 yes.
yeah, Helmy also said Kaiju Cribs,
Yeah.
which
Oh, for sure. Yes.
like, I feel so stupid that we didn't shoot it when I was there at Helmy's place
Or your
in
house.
December. Sure, yeah, we could do that too. But yeah, I
But I
think
could have done it from your house. It would have been a
yeah,
different
that
take.
it's one of those things where I think I want to do something like with Kaiju Cribs. It has to have like for me, it has to have the flow and the style correct. It has to be fun and like um I saw a video recently from a another YouTube series where it's very obvious that some of the people are like they're literally just like holding their phone up and like recording themselves and they're not framed well and they're sort of like talking slow and it's just like I really yeah I think it would be fun to do Kaiju Cribs, but
We have to do it
that
right.
one's a little
We got to do
less
it
a
right. Yeah.
little less like just throwing it out to everybody. I
Hmm.
want to see it like snappy and quick and everything. Anyway, there's I would say that like less topic and more like I want to attack these things that have been on the shelf for a while.
Excellent.
What about you, David?
I really loved, and I can't believe I forgot to say this too. I loved our Kaiju Conundrum series.
Mm,
I kind of spearheaded that because myself, I face a lot of Kaiju conundrums on a daily basis. Do I want it? Can I afford it? Can I fit it? And I want to us to sort of talk as a collecting community about how we get through these conundrums and again like I would love to like Leslie, I don't understand how you put all these model kits in that space. Like I want to understand how you do that,
Neither do I.
and but I want to, and having seen Kyle's collection in when I was in Japan in November. I said to him, I said point blank, I said, "This is phenomenal. It's curated so beautifully, but I can't see you putting more in here because it looks great the way it is. So, is it one in, one out? Is it another room, or what do we do?" So, I want to see that. I want to revisit that series in some capacity because I think that helps us all grow and maybe not grow with our collections as a community.
Mm.
mm.
There it is.
There it is.
Hilsey says he misses the happy hours where a bunch of us would be on the
Oh,
stream
we haven't done that
yapping
in a
and the
while, but we
yeah.
should.
Yeah,
The
coffee
prob
chats.
the problem with those is it's a scheduling issue for me specifically because when you guys are like, "Hey, let's get together for an after dinner chat," I'm like this.
Yeah.
What's your zero?
Yeah. We gotta take into account that Kyle is 14 hours ahead of us. So
Right.
at least on the East Coast. So it
But yeah,
really just
they were fun though, and I think we should do it in some way. Maybe
Yeah,
coffee with kaiju again, because I think that we can make that work. Because I can drink coffee at night, it's
right,
fine.
right.
So anyway, good suggestion.
yeah.
Um,
Nathaniel asks what our email address is. We don't really have an email address for the show. Um, we will, in addition to our viewer survey and our Q&A, those are collecting information. So if you wanted to use the Q&A to send us a message, you could. But overall, we don't really have anything like that set up.
okay.
Sorry about it.
For
Okay, go ahead,
me,
Leslie.
what I of course you already know the African American stream is coming back in February. You already know
Love that.
that.
Loved it.
We already have discussed that Mothra. We're gonna do a show devoted to Mothra since Mothra has got her logo. Y'all better not shortchange Rodan with the logo. I'm telling you, you better give him a logo. That's all I can say. We're gonna do Mothra for May in honor of Mother's Day. So, but I want to do at least again a show devoted to Rodan. And since next year marks the 100th anniversary of the Showa series, the Showa series started in December of 1926. And since we already talked about the 70s Godzilla, the films on the show, been a few years at this point, and we already talked about the 60s Godzilla films, not in great detail, but I know at some point we will do that. But I pitched two ideas to Kyle and David. I want to talk about either the early films of the Godzilla Showa series, from the early 50s, Godzilla, Raise Again, Rodan, the H-Man, Battle in Outer Space, Varan, the Mysterians, do that. Or I want to do the Silver Age, like the tokusatsu properties that we got from 1966 all the way up until the end of the 60s. And, there's so many great things that came out as far as like movies, but you also got some great TV shows, which in a way can be a good thing or a bad thing because those TV shows kind of like what's the beginning of the end of the Godzilla movie series. When you sit down and think about it, that's what we're talking about. But I do want to talk about the Silver Age and all the great things we got after, Monster Zero and all that good stuff. So, but again, what you want to talk about, what you want to see us talk about, let us know in the chat or let us know on the Collect on Monster Collectible group, or on the survey. Just let us know and we'll definitely deliver for you. But again, thank you to Kyle and Dave and everybody for being here for our last box day, or at least last stream of 2025. But there are more to come. As a matter of fact, again, let me do my last minute plug for the next one, which will be our first episode, at least first video stream in January of 2026. This coming Friday, January 2nd. Collect on Monster Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. Myself, Kyle, and Frank, who's in the chat, we're going to get together and do a comparison of the X Plus Favorite Sculptors line Shin Godzilla that just got released, as well as the -1 that you saw earlier. We're going to compare those two figures, and we're also going to talk about what we think about the two live action films from the Reiwa era thus far, Shin Godzilla as well as Godzilla -1. And both of those films are going to be celebrated highly next year because, of course, -0 is supposedly coming out June 1st, I think. And Shin is celebrating 10 years next year. So we're going to give you probably the first of many to come conversations involving Shin Godzilla and -1. But please stay tuned for that. January 2nd, standard cam time. Me, Frank, and Kyle, we hope to see you there. And that's it.
Right on, guys. Well, I don't have any closing credits for us since it's just the three of us. So I guess what I would say is let's go ahead and one more time plug the viewer survey. The viewer survey. We really, really want to hear from you guys. Please head to this link. That's a QR code at the end of that graphic there. So use your phone to open that up. We also have a link in the Collect All Monsters Monster Collectors group for going directly to the survey. It's just basically about the show and how you feel about it, what you like the most, what you dislike the most, and we want to hear the positive, we want to hear the negative. Just don't and again, it is absolutely anonymous, so feel free to just let us know your thoughts because we want to help. Like I said before, we want that to help us shape Collect All Monsters for you guys to be the best it can be going forward into 2026. We'll have this survey up for probably a couple of months just to get as many responses in. And then for the next episode, our January episode officially is a Q&A episode. And so this is a second form here.
Remember, there's two things to do.
There's two. And that's basically if you have a question you want us to answer on screen, there's two ways you can do it. You can send in just a text question. We'll go through them all as well. And then the second thing you can do for this is in this form, you should be able to upload a little video as long as it's under 100 megabytes. So, keep it brief. Don't, I guess I would also just say, try and keep it horizontal, keep it landscape, because that works best. But, if you got a question, we want to answer it. So the longer we have to review these and get them on screen and, pass them through our sound editors and so forth like that, the better. So go ahead and send us a question so we can answer it for you on the next episode of the show. And that is going to do it for us today.
Thank you
guys all for being here. Yeah, absolutely.
Safe New Year's for everybody.
And we hope 2026 brings you lots and lots of good times, good family, friends, good fun, and good collectibles.
Yep.
Good box days. Yeah.
Good box days.
All right. Thanks so much. And we will catch you guys in a
couple days.
Not too long, just a few days. So, yeah. Have a great one. See you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Happy New Year.